Yo, yo, hip hop heist, man. What up? We back at it with another reaction. Punch TDE reacts to Jay-Z exposed for bribing DJ Vlad and trashing Lil Wayne legacy. Oh man, shout out to Chick Smooths with the article, man. This Hip Hop Heist TV, we gonna get right to it. Make sure y'all hit that like and subscribe, and let's go.
Man, Rock Nation and TDE, y'all are getting cooked out here. Now, it seems like ever since Jay-Z chose Kendrick Lamar over Wayne to perform at the Super Bowl last year, a lot of people feel like Rock Nation and TDE are in cahoots to ruin Wayne's legacy. And then you add in Drake into the equation, which complicates things even more. And let's not forget about Nicki Minaj, who has been going against Jay-Z for the last couple of years. So anytime Jay-Z's name is mentioned in anything that has to do with Wayne, Drake, or Nicki Minaj, whether directly or indirectly, everybody loses their fucking mind. Now, last night, Rock Nation's newest artist...
That's crazy, though, to think that people... why do people think that these guys want to tarnish his legacy? You know, it says in the title that... he was exposed for bribing DJ Vlad and trashing Lil Wayne legacy. All right, so let's see this. But in my mind, I'm like, neither one of these guys' legacies have anything to do with anyone else's. You know, so people are wild. But if there's some proof that Jay-Z was trying to do that, then that's another story. So I guess we'll have to find out right here. Let's get it though.
Russell, who used to preach about being independent, but after a couple meetings with Jay-Z, he signed a partnership with Rock Nation. LaRussell has been catching a lot of heat over the last 24 hours for saying this about Lil Wayne.
Yeah, I gotta respect
He had a conviction.
I
had a moment in my journey where I had grew a disdain for Wayne, just because I start listening to everything. Like, I start maturing as a human, and I'm like, damn, this nigga wasn't talking about nothing for a long time. And
I think that's what his argument was.
You know, like, as someone who, like...
Oh, I get it. LaRussell just signed to Jay-Z, and then he's on there trashing Lil Wayne. People are like, was you guys talking about Lil Wayne at the meeting? That's interesting. Come on, LaRussell. I mean, I get it. Those times were, you know, Lil Wayne was you could say that about everybody, right? Like, you can go back and say that about everybody, bro. You know what I mean? Like, not everybody's gonna make the most conscious records, like, you know what I mean? And at the time, you know, like, yeah, I get it. Lil Wayne was making music for the times. You get what I'm saying? So, I don't know. I think LaRussell gonna get a lot of flack for that, for sure. But, you know what I mean? He gotta stand on his own, and I'm sure he will, you know? Yeah, let's keep going, though. I'm going to quit talking for a little bit. We're going to ride this out.
Up in these communities. Right. And grew up with homies who I seen want to be Bloods because they following Wayne and want to be gangster and want to shoot all the gun bars.
Right.
Like, I've seen the negative that he contributed to the community, and I had to look like, man, what are the songs where he really talked about something and gave? And out of 1,000-song catalog, you know, it's minute on this end.
It's like Georgia Bush.
And that do bother me. Tie My Hands.
That's what I was going to say. Tie My Hands is the only one I can think of.
And that's the thing. It's like, if I hug you once, but I slap the shit out you 1,000 times, you know, your affinity for me is going. You're probably going to remember me for this. And a lot of people don't.
Damn, LaRussell. That's a good analogy. Hey, that is a great analogy. All right, I'm gonna quit talking.
You know, as I mature, a lot of my old favorite artists, I'm now like, damn.
Wow, that's deep. We're gonna bypass the ad. You already know. Get to a couple comments. LG H4UF says there was no lie told by LaRussell in that clip. D Magic says, I mean, he not wrong. Okay. Imperial Stats says Wayne got about 5 songs rapping about real ish out of 20,000 records. It's true. Wayne don't be talking about ish. No. I feel that. I understand that. You know, I think, yeah, let's keep going though.
I love you because I learned how to rap to you, but when you look at the contribution, it's like, man.
Now people immediately said, bruh.
That's not wrong. None of that was wrong. It did. I guess it's a shock to hear, right? Especially if you grew up with that, right? Like, to me, I grew up with Mac Dre, Bay Area. Really, back in the day, we was not really talking about nothing. I mean, we were not real. We were listening to, you know what I mean? Go dumb, get stupid, right? And you know what's crazy is LaRussell's kind of built off that. You know, he grabs all those references. So I don't know how hard he can shit on these previous artists that to him weren't talking about shit, because he's kind of grabbing from people that weren't talking about too much of nothing anyway, you know, either. Like, you have to understand, like, see, every time you point a finger, you got 3 pointing back at you. My dad told me that one. I'm sure we've all heard that. You got 1 finger pointing at Lil Wayne, but what about the 3 pointing back at you? You get what I'm saying? So I don't know. It's the times, bro. The times. Right now is like an age of information, right? They say, like, so we're gonna elevate, and the younger generations are gonna keep elevating, and that's why Kendrick Lamar is so powerful. Real talk, because he's like, his whole career is kind of introduced that. You know what I mean? That conscious thought, like, his whole career, like, he makes the records, you know, for people, for the sound, right? For the times, the sound, but he'll feed you that story of some shit that resonates with you or something around you. But all right, for sure, I'm gonna let this one go. I'm gonna let this one ride out for a few minutes, and we'll be back. Let's get it.
Is this? You signed to Jay-Z, and now you're bashing Lil Wayne. Sean Cotton from Say Cheese said, yo, the DJ only plays LaRussell music when fights break out at the club, so everybody can leave. Reason called him out. He said, yo, I love LaRussell, but I hate this take. Wayne got a lot of substance. His catalog. Rap wouldn't be where it's at without Wayne, and he paved the way for a lot of niggas we have now. Everybody don't gotta be a conscious artist. It's art. Even Mickey Facts came out and said, I was alive when Lil Wayne was lyrically dominating. I just don't understand what's happening, B. This statement from me is in reference to LaRussell's comments, not anything recent Wayne dropped. Now, I know we love to clown Wayne right now in 2026, but we cannot forget or erase who Wayne was back in 2010. The man was on top and was a lyrical beast. Yes, some of his mainstream songs might not be the most lyrical, but if you actually dig deep into his catalog, the man is definitely top 10 lyricist. Now, LaRussell did try to clean it up.
He was doing things that nobody was doing. Like, he was on hundreds of real quick, he be like, Lil Wayne introduced, like, I mean, bro was on 100 features in a year that were, most of them were like on the radio. I think it was crazy, 2007 or 9, something like that. But bro was on like 100 features that year that were all on the radio, or most of them were on the radio. I can't remember the percentage. You have to go look that up, but you know, so bro was really introducing like real lyricism, but to that times, you know what I mean? To that times. I was in high school around that time, and then a little bit after high school, he just went on this run, you know. I think 2008 he sold that million records with the Carter 3. That I think the Carter 3 was that one to me. Carter 2 was cool too. Carter 3 was that one. Carter 2 was hard, I'm not gonna lie. That shit was actually really ill, but alright, let's keep going. Let's see why everybody's mad at LaRussell.
Lyrical, but if you actually dig deep into his catalog, the man is definitely top 10 lyricist. Now, LaRussell did try to clean it up with a little bit of gaslighting. He said, yo, comprehension is at an all-time low. Niggas didn't even watch the clip, just reacting. I'm a fan of Wayne. I can rap this nigga verse bar for bar. I'm also a grown-ass man who can understand what's being said in songs now in a way I couldn't when I was 17. Y'all niggas are losers for spreading propaganda. Niggas got whole smear campaigns against me now. Y'all won't win. I'm a nigga who can communicate. LaRussell, you're gaslighting, brother. These were your words, brother. You just didn't think.
He said, y'all losers for spreading propaganda. Guys got whole smear campaigns against me now. Y'all won't win. I am a guy who can communicate. Oh, man. That's it. He's going at everybody now. Hey, LaRussell. I think he's on that 100,000 album campaign, too. Where he's trying to sell 100,000 albums. It said LaRussell. Okay, this is Zad Kazi says. Oh, this is LaRussell reposting that. All right, let's go.
It was going to go viral and people were going to react this way towards it. Now he continues. Since when have anything I said or done mattered in this industry? Last month, I was a nobody to niggas. The caption says, since signing with Jay-Z. What the fuck that got to do with anything? Now I'm worthy of posts by 100 blogs with the same narrative and caption, same clip, same timestamps, everybody watching my interviews now. Cut it out. Niggas hate Hov so much, they funded the downfall of any and everything attached to him. I'm still a nigga from Vallejo. I ain't going. I'm finna blow the whistle. Hey, yo, pause. LaRussell, welcome to the fucking gauntlet, my brother. I don't know if you're new to...
Blow the whistle, that's just a reference to Too Short. You know what I mean? The culture out there. It's a meeting in the backyard. That's where he do his shows and shit. But yeah, let's keep going.
Or social media because you've been around for a couple years now, but there's no way you signed to Roc Nation and didn't think any backlash or any social media was not going to come your way. You have to know there's people that do not fuck with Jay-Z and Roc Nation. So when they see somebody they just signed criticizing Wayne, who's a legend, yes, you're going to get a lot of backlash for it. Right. Why do you think anybody that's affiliated with Roc Nation or Jay-Z is not on Twitter? Did you not see all the recent backlash Jay-Z just got just for being on an FBI intake form on the Epstein files? Now, it continues, you guys. DJ Vlad did not make things any better yesterday for Jay-Z. If you guys follow Vlad on Twitter, you guys know Vlad loves to troll. So after seeing people blaming Jay-Z for LaRussell and his take about Lil Wayne, Vlad said, alright, hold on, let me cook up a viral tweet. Vlad tweeted saying, I have a confession. Roc Nation has been paying me to support Megan. They also paid off all the jury members to convict Tory. And they bribed the judge too. Jay-Z did a...
Whoa. He says, I have a confession. Roc Nation has been paying me to support Megan. They also paid off all the jury members to convict Tory. And they bribed the judge too. Jay-Z did a verse for his grandson's new album. They paid off Megan's doctor to lie about the bullet fragments. She was never shot. I did a video about that, man. If that's true, man, I remember that. I'm like, that looked like some scrapes. But this is just allegedly, right? All allegedly. DJ Vlad goes on to say, the LA police are all on Jay-Z's payroll. And it doesn't stop with LA, but you're not ready to hear that part. The Mexican guy who stabbed Tory, who do you think paid him to do that? You already know the answer to that. Oh. Yo, what the hell is going on? This is like some Lucius Lyons Empire.
For his grandson's new album. album. It paid off Megan's doctor to lie about the bullet fragments. She was never shot. The LA police are all on Jay-Z's payroll. And it doesn't stop with LA. But you're not ready to hear that part. The Mexican guy who stabbed Tory, who do you think paid him to do that? You already know the answer to that. The 3 Supreme Court judges who denied Tory's appeal, all paid off by the Rock Mafia. Jay also paid Trump not to pardon Tory. Even though it's a state case, Trump can only pardon federal cases. But knowing Trump likes to bend the rules, Jay-Z wasn't taking any chances. I can't keep this lie secret anymore. If this is my last tweet, you know who silenced me.
Wow.
Now, anybody with a fraction of a brain can easily tell this was a very sarcastic tweet by Vlad. However, people that hate Jay-Z, people that do not fuck with TDE, they believed it and they've been running with this narrative. The funny part is, DJ Vlad has been going along with it. If you guys go read his tweets, Vlad is absolutely trolling everybody.
He's leaning in with it. That's the marketing. Vlad is brilliant, actually.
Somebody asked him, yo, like, how much are they paying you? Vlad said, well, it started with $10K a month. During the trial, it went up to $50K a month. All the payments were in Bitcoin, so they couldn't be traced. Somebody else asked him, hey, man, if they've been paying you, does that mean...
Hey, you know what's crazy, though, is Jay-Z don't want that out. Like, Jay-Z don't want Vlad playing like that. Even if he is being sarcastic, that still make you look bad, right? Like, that's still there's no point in there that it shows like he's being sarcastic to people that don't really know, you know. But then again, you could think you know, but you don't really know, you know. That's a bar.
Not paying you? Vlad said correct. Their last check bounced. If you guys want to be entertained for the rest of the day, please go to Vlad's Twitter and go enjoy the entire thread. Now, Punch TDE had enough. He said, yo, this application is scary, literally scary. Comprehension levels are decreasing at an incredible rate. I can't tell if these folks believe what they spew, or are they just that evil at this point? Listen, man, at this point, if you're going to be on social media, especially Twitter, you gotta know that you're going up against bots, people that are clip farming and engagement farming for Elon's pennies, and also people that just love to spread misinformation. So if people see you align yourself with a certain artist or a certain individual, best believe you're going to be constantly attacked on social media for it. Now, as far as LaRussell, I do hope he walks back or at least clarifies his take about Lil Wayne. But please do not piss on the fans and tell them that it's raining. You guys did the
Yeah, man. Shout out to Chigs with the article. Appreciate him bringing us this article. At the end of the day, you guys have to remember that if you're watching this is like, it's still entertainment. Like, what we're reacting to, what I'm reacting to, most of the time it's entertainment. Your real life starts when you turn the TV off and turn off the screens, turn off the phones, the microphones, you know, and go outside, you know what I mean, be around your family, you know, further your progression. Like, that's real world. So never forget that part. But again, don't shit on the elders either, man. Shout out to Lil Wayne. Shout out to Jay-Z. Shout out to Punch, man. Shout out to LaRussell. And yeah, man, we're going to keep reacting. This Hip Hop Heist TV, man. Like and subscribe. Let me know what you thought in the comments. And we're going to get out of here, man. Be happy, be healthy. Do what you got to do to survive. Excuse me. Like Pac said, but also, man, be of service. Help somebody out today. With that being said, man, we out. Peace.